Some of it's okay, some of it wasn't. Good to see you. Next Friday, right? Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Veterans, distinguished guests, Stratford cadets, ladies and gentlemen, youth and children, welcome to the annual Remembrance Day Service at the Veterans Memorial Green. We wish to acknowledge that the town of Stratford is located on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. The Mi'kmaq have occupied this island for over 12,000 years. We honor the treaties of peace and friendship, which recognized Mi'kmaq rights and established an ongoing relationship between nations. We are all treaty people. No smoking or vaping, please. Seating is available for anyone who would like to go upstairs. Outside seats are for dignitaries, vets, seniors, parents with small children, and those in need. Our service today will last about 45 minutes. Afterwards, light refreshments will be served in the gym of the Recreation Center. We hope you will attend this after the ceremony. Today, we are joined by the representative for the Government of Canada, Holly Smith, on behalf of the Honorable Lawrence Macaulay, Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food and MP for Cardigan. Representing Veterans Affairs, Canada, Mitch Freeman, Director General Policy and Research Division. Representing the Government of PEI, Jill Burridge, Minister of Finance, MLA for Stratford, Kinloch. Representing the Government of PEI, Honorable Jan Redmond, Minister of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population, MLA for Vernon River, Stratford. Representing the Town of Stratford and Council, His Worship Steve Ogden, Mayor of Stratford. Representing the PEI Royal Canadian Legion Provincial Command, President John McIsaac, and RCAF veteran Master Corporal retired Patricia McIsaac. Our guest speaker today is Roxanne Carter-Thompson, who is the Executive Director, the Adventure Group, and representing the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Queen's District and Stratford, members of the Stratford Cadets under the command of Commanding Officer Captain Joshua Ruck. But most importantly, we are joined by veterans and families. "105 years ago today, at the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month, the war to end all wars came to an end, November the 11th, 1918. Look around you today, and as you go about your everyday lives, you will see veterans of World War II, the Korean War, the Gulf War, peacekeeping operations, and recently, Afghanistan. There are no known Canadian survivors of World War I alive today. Over 112,000 never came home and are buried overseas in Commonwealth cemeteries. Many hundreds of thousands of veterans are not alive today to attend Remembrance Day services. We gather today to remember their sacrifices and to honor all veterans. If you cannot remember war, think of the peace and repeat after me, lest we forget. Please stand for our national anthem. Parade! Attention! General salute! Salute! Parade, stand at ease. You may be seated. The last post symbolizes a fallen service person's final inspection. Following the last post, we observe 2 minutes of silence so that the thoughts of everyone may be concentrated on reverent remembrance. Following 2 minutes of silence with the lament, Flowers of the Forest, composed in the early 1600s, we mourn the following. The last post is played by Noellen Pettipaw. Parade, attention! General, salute, salute. The lament will be played by Piper Carl Bryden. Sound the last post. will now have 2 minutes of silence. Prayed. Attention! The Veterans Prayer is led by Ariana Duguay as an act of remembrance. It is the fourth verse of the poem For the Fallen, written by Lawrence Binion in 1914, about the outbreak of the First World War. The words are in your program. Please join in. Prayed. Stand at ease.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them. Commitment to Remember will be read by Ariana Duguay.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
We will remember them. Reveille calls the fallen spirit to rise and prepare for another day. Prayed. Attention! Prayed. General, salute, salute. Prayed. Stand at ease. Our guest speaker today is Roxanne Carter-Thompson, Executive Director of the Adventure Group.
Good morning, friends, community members, and dignitaries. I am humbled and honored to be asked to give the address this year. As we stand here this morning in Stratford, Prince Edward Island, in peace and safety, we pay our respects to all of the fallen, all of the wounded who have served in conflicts for more than 100 years. Today, as we should every day, we remember those who volunteered, sacrificed, served, fought, and died for our freedom. A freedom that cannot be taken for granted. We have a freedom in Canada that many all over the world do not have the privilege of sharing. Today, we remember at the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month, when the guns of the Great War at last fell silent, the fury of conflict was replaced with a deafening silence. In that fragile gap between the sounds of dying and the cries of relief, we were all faced with all we had done, all we had lost, all we had sacrificed. In that silence, we met a truth so obvious and so terrifying, we swore we would never take up arms again. We vowed never to forget. We committed to strive for peace, and now here we stand, unshaken in resolve, grateful in remembrance of those who have sacrificed. We have a duty to strive for peace. As we stand here today, I encourage you to reflect on the many acts of great courage of those who served, demonstrated. There are many lessons that we can carry forward and embody. We as a community need to demonstrate the courage to do what is right and stand up for injustices and humanity. We are a privileged community. However, the landscape of our community is changing, and that is difficult to grasp. Our community is grieving the loss of what we have known. The serious issues we are facing have caused fear and judgment. I ask that you take time in the next few days to pause and reflect on the sacrifices that were made for all of us. How can each and every one of us contribute in our community to ensuring that what was fought for is never lost? What can each and every one of us do on a daily basis to ensure that there is peace in our community? How can we resolve conflicts in a peaceful, respectful way? What are some ways that we can honor remembrance and take positive action? Lest we forget. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you, Roxanne. In Flanders Field will now be read by Edie Duncan.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thank you, Edie. Please stand if you are able. Remain standing until after the reading of the Stratford Honor Roll. The Stratford Honor Roll lists the names of those who died while in the service of Canada. Parade, attention! Chester Thomas Balderson, World War I. Kenneth Ferguson, World War I. John Gordon Mason, World War I. Alfred Lorne Stewart, World War I. Ralph McGarry, World War I. Daniel W.M. McGuinness, World War I. Donald Edison McCrae, World War II. Allison Bryce Mackey, World War II. James Roach, World War II. And William J. Stewart, World War II. Parade, stand at ease. You may be seated. We now honor our fallen veterans by laying wreaths. Wreaths are laid, and Let There Be Peace on Earth music will continue until all the wreaths are laid. Representing the Government of Canada, Holly Smith, on behalf of the Honourable Lawrence Macaulay, Minister of Agriculture and Agri-Food and MP for Cardigan.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Representing Veterans Affairs Canada, Mitch Freeman, Director General, Policy and Research Division. Representing the Government of PEI, the Honourable Jill Burridge, Minister of Finance, MLA for Stratford, Kinloch. Representing the Government of PEI, Honourable Jan Redmond, Minister of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population, MLA for Vernon River, Stratford. Representing the Town of Stratford and Council, His Worship Stephen Ogden, Mayor of Stratford. Representing the PEI Royal Canadian Legion Provincial Command, Provincial President Jack McIsaac, and RCAF veteran Master Corporal retired Patricia McIsaac. Representing the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Queen's District and Stratford.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me.
We conclude our service with God Save the King. Parade! Attention! Parade! General salute! Salute! Parade! Stand at ease. Parade dismissed. Please take whatever time you wish to pay your personal respects and then adjourn to the main gym for light refreshments.
marked out. They numbered a dozen upon my return. We're 100 or so from the coast and from the prairie.